Hello, everybody. This is our first podcast of We Like Chips. My name is David, and this is Roberto.
Hi, I'm Roberta, or you can call me Rob, or you can call me Robby, but definitely don't call me Robert.
Well, why not Robert?
I just haven't met many cool Roberts in my life, and I know by saying that I've just alienated a group of people out there. So why we call We Like Chips, David?
It's because we like chips. Very plain and simple. I've been eating chips since I was a kid, and it's just very unhealthy habit.
What would you
What about
say?
you?
What's your favorite chip?
I don't know right now. I think Funyuns, flaming Funyuns.
Are you serious?
Right now.
Oh,
What do you mean? Are you serious?
I'm never been a fan of Funyuns. More like gross yuns.
Okay, so I used to like Takis, but then I realized they're like really salty.
MSG.
Yeah, I don't know, I just like the flavor.
Yeah, so I also like chips. So my favorite chip is probably Mexican chips, and not like the tortilla chips, like actually like Mexican brand chips. But if I had to choose a chip in the U.S. that I really like, it'd probably be like hot Cheeto puffs or hot Cheeto fries. But I like chips a lot. Very bad habit of mine. How many bag of chips do you think you consume a week, David?
Me a week?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was a kid, right, I would go home from school every day, walk home because my parents couldn't pick me up, and I would buy those used to be like those 99-cent bag chips from like a while ago.
Yeah.
I used to buy 2 or 3 bags every day, and I would eat that for 5 days a week. But nowadays, maybe I don't know if I feel like it, maybe 1 bag a week.
When we say one bag, do you mean like one family size bag or like one regular size bag or?
I don't know. I guess one big bag. I don't buy the small ones anymore.
What do you mean by big bag? You mean like the $1.39 ones, or you mean like the $2.50
Like
one?
the $3 ones
Okay.
from like Target.
Okay, one a week. That's not terrible. I probably eat.
Whatever.
I probably eat like 2 to 3 bags of like the $1.39 ones, just randomly throughout the
Okay.
week. Like I'll eat a bag. Like I'll spread a bag throughout like multiple lunches. I'm trying to cut back. Dude, the shit's like crack. It's hard to like.
They put crack in it.
It's harder to quit.
It's so unhealthy for you though.
I know.
But we like chips.
Oh, dude, this is terrible. I'm kind of scared.
I feel like if you like what you're eating, then just do it. Life's short. A coworker from like Japan, right? I asked him, I was like, why do you smoke every day? And it's really bad for you, right? You don't get lung cancer or whatever. And then he said, David, life's really tough, okay? I just let me enjoy the smoke. I'm like, okay. So he doesn't care.
I don't want to go too much into health talk because I feel like that's kind of a tricky topic. But some people just will like have the worst habits and live a long life. There's like a variety of things. At the end of the day, I think stress is like the worst, the most silent killer, right? But I think we're getting a little bit too dark here. So this podcast, it would just be me and David talking about whatever you want to talk about. Today's topic is gonna be about David's recent, or like just his whole Japan living situation he had going on. But before we dive into that, we should talk about current events. Is there anything current going on that you want to talk about, David? There's like E3, right?
No, not E3. It's more important than E3, okay?
What's up?
There's this famous Japanese VTuber. I don't know if you know what a VTuber is.
Is it like Hatsune Miku?
No, it's like...
I know what a VTuber
Kizuna
is. Yeah, I know what a VTuber is.
Okay, so there's this really famous VTubing channel called Hololive.
I heard of this,
And then I think one of the first members are graduating, which is like term for quitting or like retiring. So she's gonna graduate in July 1st. So it's a really big event for me.
So I guess to explain to people, because I don't know who our audience will be. I don't even know who will listen to this, but VTubers are essentially, to my understanding, David, it's just like a animated version of, or a representation of yourself, or some sort of self of you that, so instead of you showing your face cam or your webcam, you would be showing like some sort of like animated character. Is that right? Is that a good way to put it? Okay. I know there's like a pretty big one blowing up on American Twitch, but I know it's huge in Japan. What's her name? The Code Miko, I think her name is on Twitch on American side. That's interesting. 4 a.m. So July. What day was it?
It's July 1st.
July 1st. 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Pretty exciting. What about you, huh?
I have nothing going on. Not much I'm looking forward to. Recent events. Did you catch the YouTuber versus TikTokers fight?
Wait, no. Wait, that's a thing.
So I think what's interesting is I feel like we know because we're really good friends, but I think we have like very different things we follow. And I'm on Twitter a lot, and you know, I see things, and something that happened yesterday was so like some pretty big creators and YouTubers got into a boxing match with like a bunch of creators on TikTok.
Okay.
And they made a lot of money, dude. I think some of the highest paid people made like between like 5 to 7 million.
Wait, no. What?
Yeah, just for fighting for like 15-20 minutes.
Wait a minute. We're gonna be YouTubers. Can we get like 5-7 million?
Yeah, we can. We can go challenge TikTokers later. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you don't know about this, right?
There's no way.
Do you know who this guy
No.
named Bryce Hall is?
No clue.
Okay, he's like Jake Paul kind of dude, like very douchey.
Okay.
Anyway, he got his ass beat
By who?
by this guy named Austin McBroom, runs like a family channel. I think his family is called like the Ace Family. You might have heard of him.
Okay. Nope.
Yeah, he has like a family blog channel, and he got in a
Okay.
fight. But dude, I felt bad because like, I mean, I don't like either one of them. They're both kind of douchey.
Okay.
But the Austin dude is like 30 years old, and the other kid's like 21 years old. Like Bryce is 21. Imagine, I don't know. I just feel there's something wrong about fighting. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm 26, going on 27. I can't imagine
Okay.
fighting a 21-year-old. I feel like 21-year-olds are like children at this point. I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous for how like entertainment is evolving, right?
Yeah. I mean, how do they make so much? You know, like.
Pay-per-view.
just
Like these
do it?
people have like millions of followers on YouTube and
Okay.
Twitch. You know, like sorry, and TikTok, and like, I mean, the pay-per-view is like $50. You know, and if you get like you get a million pay-per-views, you know, that's 50 million technically. So.
Mm.
You know, along with like, you know, ads and sponsors and all that stuff.
I'm not a big fan. I have no idea. what
I
happens, so.
mean, I just think as a social event, it's fascinating. We could talk about Japan now. Do you want to kind of give a quick overview, just like a quick bullet points of your experience?
I started going to Japan my third year of college. So that'll be 2015, 2016. So I stayed there for a year and a half, about from the summer to the fall, the next year in the fall. And then after graduating in 2018, I got a job offer to work in Japan for 2 years, starting 2019. So I was in Japan from 2019 to all of like 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And,
So about 3.5 years total in
okay.
Japan.
So that's a pretty unique experience that I would say most people would never get to experience, right? Just working in a different country sounds like it would be pretty challenging. And I mean, but I mean, not only did you work there, but you also studied abroad, right?
Yeah, I studied abroad during college, so it's a very different experience.
So for you, going to Japan was like a goal, right?
Yeah.
Living the Japan life, right?
So-
So what brought that on?
In middle school, right? Had a pretty problematic childhood. So what I did was watch anime. I think a lot of people nowadays like to watch anime because, you know, it's like a escape from reality, from all the stress, from whatever you're doing, you watch anime. So that's what I did when I was a kid. From then, I just liked Japanese culture. I think in high school, I decided why not study in Japan. A lot of people, they don't know this, but applying for study abroad is super easy. They really want you to go. Colleges really want you to go study abroad. So if you apply, 99% of the chance you get in. So it's really easy, and that's how I got in.
And then, so you studied abroad for a year, is that right? A year, right?
Yeah, year and a half.
Okay. And you worked over there for 2 years or 1 year?
Yeah.
2
2
years. Okay. So what would you say was the biggest difference between like studying and living abroad? Like studying in Japan and living in Japan. Oh, I mean working in Japan.
Studying, I didn't do much studying when I was in Japan in college, but it's a lot more free. I would say because classes, each semester you have maybe 4 or 5 classes, right? And each class like an hour a week, or an hour every 2 weeks. It depends on the class. So I pretty much had free time the majority of my week, and we didn't have that much homework, at least for the program I went to. So you're a lot more free to do whatever you want. That's what I did. I traveled a lot when I studied abroad. On the opposite side, when you work, it's like a lot different because you have a commitment, a 40-hour work week, and you can't really go out. You can't really do anything. You just go to work, go home, get some dinner, lay back, and then do it again. So it's not really, it's a really big contrast.
So which one did you like more, studying?
Yeah, definitely studying because my work wasn't as a good of an experience as I thought it would be.
I see. But you don't want to
Yeah,
trash your employer, right?
of course not.
Okay. What was the hardest thing about living in a different country for you?
I think the really big part is the language barrier. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
for
really
sure.
hard to communicate with somebody, especially your emotions and feelings. Like you can know the translation for a word, know the translation for a sentence, and communicate it that to the other person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't convey your emotion or how you feel. Like sarcasm, you can't sometimes like anger, happiness. You can't really translate that correctly, even if you know the words. And I think that's the like really hard part about it in Japan, which is why even if you study the language, it's just not the same.
Is like sakura season, like the blossom season, is it as magical as one would expect?
What do you think
I mean, I don't
soccer season
know.
would be?
I'm just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it should be, right?
I bet you're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get a picnic, lay it down on next to this sakura tree,
Oh,
and then you see petals falling down.
it's probably super packed, is it?
Yeah, it's so okay. So I went sakura seasoning during when I studied abroad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's around March or April, depends on where in the country you are. So we did it in April because we live up north, so it's a bit later, and we had to go wake up at like 8 a.m., 7 a.m. and to find a good spot at a park.
Mm-hmm.
It gets really crowded really quick, and it's just too many people, and you can't like. It's just I don't know. I feel like it's not as enjoyable to do the picnic thing. I mean, as people would think. I don't want to spoil anybody who like ruin it for anybody who wants to go during
Mm-hmm.
sakura season, but it's very crowded, especially in Tokyo. If you go watch sakura like during sakura season in Tokyo, there's gonna be a ton of people where the trees are.
So what was your favorite food memory while in Japan?
My favorite food is okonomiyaki. I don't know if people know what that is, but
I
it's
don't know what
like,
that is.
do you know what it is?
No, I don't know what that is.
How I say? I don't know. But it's like a Japanese. It's not a pancake, right? But it's like you
Oh,
mix a bunch of lettuce inside this batter, like this cake batter, and then you put like pork on top of it, and then you fry it on top. And then there's this other one from Hiroshima, which is their style. They put like yakisoba noodles below it too, with an egg. I can like put a picture up if we can edit it out. When I was in Hiroshima for like a couple of days, the host of my hotel or the place I was staying at, she offered to have lessons for to make okonomiyaki. So I had a one-on-one kind of thing with her, and she taught me how to like put the egg down, put the noodles down, cook this. And then my favorite moment was when it's like, okay, now you gotta flip it. And I was like, I'm gonna flip it. And I flipped that shit. It was so good. It was glorious. I flipped it and it flipped.
okay.
I don't know how else to say it. But I mean, I didn't expect it to go well because my first time flipping in okonomiyaki.
So I would say before you went to Japan, I don't think you were much of a drinker, but I feel like after you came back from Japan, you're like this huge alcoholic. And I was wondering if you could walk me through how that transition happened.
Oh, you think I'm an alcoholic for
No, I'm just kidding. You're not an alcoholic.
Am I?
You drank a bit over there, right?
Well, I went from not drink. Okay, see, the reason why I didn't drink before,
Illegal.
okay, and it wasn't legal, okay, it's because people do dumb shit when they're
Mm-hmm.
drunk. In Japan, I think it's just the culture there. Okay, for as a student, they don't really encourage partying because you get studying and stuff. But my all my other friends were older. They were like 21, 22, 23.
Mm-hmm.
I was 20 at the time
Yeah.
when I went, and we just went to go drinking. I don't know. It's just a pastime.
What's the drinking
Like
age over there?
it's 20. Drinking
Okay.
age is 20.
So you barely
And
made
the
it.
thing is, they don't check your ID. Okay, so
Oh,
I don't know if I should say this, but I'm not gonna reveal her identity, right? But there was this other girl, right, who's super good at Japanese, and she was 16. Okay,
jeez.
16, high school. So she did a summer program, and she went drinking with us. She's like, what's the great thing about Japan? They don't check your ID. And she just drank with us. I was like, what? You're 16, you're drinking? And she like drank more than me because I don't know. I'm just lightweight, I guess.
Yeah, that's okay. That's pretty interesting. So, I mean, as you know, I don't know what it is about culture right now, but it seems like just anime and like weeb culture has kind of taken over America. I kind of blame it on the pandemic and people like just trying to like have escapism, like you mentioned earlier. So, what is what's I don't know if this is the right way to word this, but what's like otaku culture or weeb culture in Japan like?
I think a lot of people right now are starting to accept the I don't know, coolness. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, that's fine.
of anime. There's a lot more people that I know are watching it and sharing it to people, and it's cool. Like the recent movie for
Demon Slayer.
what's called Demon Slayer. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Demon Slayer. A lot of people are watching it, talking about it too. But in Japan, it's really looked down upon
How so?
amongst Japanese citizens. They think if you watch anime, you're not like focused on your job. From what I experienced, Japan's a really strong work culture, has a really strong work culture, and everybody's really strict. And if you're, different from that work culture, they like, make fun of you, they patronize you. And that's what Japanese people who think you watch anime or fans of anime, they don't really, treat you that well because they think you're slacking off or you're not like your head's not in there.
Mm-hmm.
You watching anime, they think it's for kids or it's not for like adults who have a full-time work schedule.
So, I mean, to me, that's kind of interesting because like anime and manga is like huge right now. So, who's consuming this content? Is it just people outside of Japan, or is it Japanese people as well, or did people just hide it, or?
And there's a lot I think there's a lot of closet
I see.
weebs, I guess, in Japan.
I see.
But I think the younger generation, so people who are like 20s right now,
Yeah.
in the teens right now, are really into anime in Japan, and they don't really care. They're more like they're more free about it. They don't
Mm-hmm.
care what the older people generation think,
Mm-hmm.
so they express themselves more often, and I think it's pretty nice. It's a big change amongst the adults. Where I worked, I don't think like anybody watched anime. I talked about like anime like One Piece, like the popular ones, and they know the name of the anime, but they don't know about it because they never watched it.
So I have my notes here to ask you about weebs and Akihabara.
Yes.
What's that? What's Akihabara?
Akaba is the weeb's wet dream.
What does that mean?
It's your wet dream.
Wait,
Roberto.
no.
You're a weeb, right?
Okay, disclaimer. I barely watch anime. I don't even read manga. I what you would call like a casual, like a normie. I'm pretty cool. I go to I like party and I go to concerts. So, me and Dave are just very polar opposites. Which is why our dichotomy really works well. But anyways, tell me about this Akibara.
You're just saying that just to pretend you don't know how to pronounce it.
I really don't know how to pronounce it. I have no idea. Wait,
It's Aki, okay.
Aki
Habara.
Akihabara.
Yes.
What is it?
The center of Japanese pop culture, I think. I don't know. I want to get into specifics of it, but it started out after World War II. People would sell like their used electronics there,
Mm-hmm.
and it grew up to be like an electronic like center. So you can buy a lot of used computers, electronics, all that stuff there. But it also somehow developed into anime culture there too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of anime and merchandise you sell there. Everybody, all the people around the world want to go there who are fan of anime to buy like figurines and Gundams and other things like that.
Oh, wait.
It's absolutely insane.
Sorry, I just realized my figurines are showing in the back, so I gotta lean like this.
Oh yeah, I was gonna comment. Like, hey, what are those things on the what are the things on your bookshelf over there?
It's interesting.
Exposed. Yeah. So there's like maids walking around,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get you into maid cafe,
So
trying to take your money, I guess.
what's the maid cafe experience like? Cause I kind of have an idea because one time I volunteered at Anime Expo, and I was helping out with the accounting department, and we had to go to the maid cafe and help them with some of their money stuff. Obviously, because I would never go on my own. I was essentially forced to go. Just because I was volunteering, because I'm all about philanthropy and helping people out. I would never go on my own. I cannot emphasize that enough. So I didn't really get to experience it. I just got to kind of see it. So what's the big what's the big deal with these? What did you call them? Maid cafe? Is that what you called it?
Make I troll.
Is that what it's called? Maid cafe?
Yes.
Like
Well,
like
there's multiple like terms for
like
them.
maid, like as in
Okay.
like MADE, maid cafe.
Yes.
Oh
Are you trolling? I can't
no,
tell.
no, wait, no. I'm really, I'm trying to help you. Just walk me through this.
Okay. Did you see the any maids at Anime Expo?
Uh, when I was even forced to go, yes, I saw a few.
Oh yeah. What did you think about them? The outfit and stuff.
I thought it was a pretty expressive, artistic form of just showing, your emotions and your expressions. I think from a very objective point of view, I can see the merit behind it.
Hmm.
It's not for me personally, but I will never yuck
Okay.
someone else's yum.
So maid cafes basically are people who wear, well, mainly girls. Okay. There's butler cafes where guys wear a suit and tie as a butler and
Mm-hmm.
they serve you as well. But for maids, there's females, usually in their teens, maybe in their young 20s. They're really young,
Oh.
and they dress in maid outfits, and they serve you like food or drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you pay extra, they can come to your table, talk to you. Um, and if you're in a really fancy, sketchy area, you can pay for even more for something else, if you know what I'm saying.
Like photography? Wait, I don't like where this is going. This sounds terrible. Wait, I don't like this. This sounds exploitative.
Anyway, we're not gonna go there.
Oh,
But
jeez.
to the general public, the ones that are the main cafes that are on the main streets of Akihabara,
Yeah.
they're kid friendly, so you can go there with your kid too if you want. I actually been to 3 maid cafes before.
Kind
Don't do
of,
it. I don't know. It's weird experience.
kind of a make cafe aficionado. I see.
Oh no.
Maybe we should
I,
name
I used
ourselves. Maybe we should name ourselves "We Like Maid Cafes" instead of "We Like
no.
Chips." Maybe it's a more accurate representation of one of our co-hosts.
That means you like maid cafe too then, because we're a duo.
Okay, maybe we should call it David Likes Maid Cafes. anyways,
You hate them.
anyways, what was that weird experience?
I don't. It's just okay. It's just I don't know how to say it. Okay, if you don't know Japanese, for example, the maids there don't really know English that well.
Mm-hmm.
For when I went, I don't know. Maybe they have more English speakers now, so you have to really speak to them in Japanese for the best part. So it's like you buy food, and the food there is pretty pricey. So I
Mhm.
bought food like cake and some tea, I think, and then that was like $20-$30. And you got a photograph with them too as well. A photograph and some free merchandise. When you get your meal, right? Maids do this spell, so it makes the food like more tastier. I don't know. Okay,
Interesting.
so what you have to do is you have to follow what they say. Oh, bro, you want me? How about I be the maid, okay, and then you be the customer, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this? Okay, I'm gonna serve you food.
Okay.
Okay. I want to translate. They usually say this in Japanese, but I'm saying it in English. Okay.
Okay.
They'll be like, "Sorry for the wait, master. Here you go. Meow."
Oh, geez, no way.
Yeah, and then you would say, "Thank you," right?
Thank you.
And then, do you want me to cast a spell on it to make it more delicious?
Affirmative. Yes, that would be appreciated.
Okay, follow what I have to say. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Meow meow coo.
Meow, meow, Q.
And that's what it is. You say that in Japanese, and then they cast a spell on your whatever your food was.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. That's my cafe experience for you. How does that make you feel?
It's interesting, I guess each culture has their own thing, American has like Hooters, and I guess Japan has maid cafes. Like I said, I can see the merit behind it. It's personally not for me.
All right, whatever, bro. I'm gonna take you there when we go to Japan.
Okay.
First, I'm like let you take the lead. I'm gonna pretend I don't speak English or Japanese, and then you're gonna go.
You know what? I will. We'll have to talk about that later. Speaking of food, I know I know Japan has a lot of like Michelin star restaurants. Did you happen to go to any of them?
I think I went to one. It was a ramen
Mm.
place. They didn't take reservations at all, and you had to stand in line. It was actually near Akihabara, I think, too. I don't know if it's Michelin star, but it was a really good place, and they only sell like a few seats for lunch and dinner. So
Mm.
I stood with my friend and we went there and ate. It was really good. It was super good, delicious. But I haven't tried the other places, but I want to. I want to.
Out of curiosity, did you cook a lot or did you mostly go out to eat?
Mm, okay, so I don't cook that. I'm not a good chef myself. I don't know
Mhm.
if there's chefs around here, but I don't think I can cook that well. So I usually went out to eat. It's super easy to find food. Convenience stores have really, I want to say healthy, but they're not like unhealthy. Food options that you can
Mhm.
buy for super cheap. You can get like a meal for in a convenience store for like $4 or $5, easy. You get a
Mhm.
drink with it too, included. So it's super cheap to eat out in Japan, even in Tokyo. Food there is super cheap. So I usually ate out. If I'm with like other people, I usually go to a restaurant. If I'm by myself, I would go take something to go or to go to a convenience store and buy my own food kind of thing. Yeah, similar to here, I think.
I
Right?
see. Yeah, I guess similar,
Yeah.
but I would assume the quality's higher over there.
Yeah, the convenience store food is definitely really nice quality
I I
compared to
I
here.
I read somewhere, I heard an interview where someone was like the really good sushi here is comparable to like convenience store sushi over there. Is that true? Or is that an exaggeration?
Well, it depends on what sushi store you go to. I've seen some really, tasted some really nice sushi places here. But if you go to like, I guess places like A Sushi, for example, all you can eat sushi,
Mm-hmm.
some of those have questionable quality of fish. So I guess the convenience store sushi in Japan is actually really nice. So it's fresh. They store it fresh, and they don't keep it for longer than a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's fresh. I don't know what the how fresh it is in America,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that's what makes Japanese sushi so good because everything's sold like the day of even.
So, what was like the biggest culture shock for you moving to Japan compared to America?
I can think of many, but the main one, okay, and this might be like insignificant to people, but I think the main culture shock is separating your trash.
What do you mean, like recyclables?
No, not even okay. So Japan's really strict with their trash regulations. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to separate. There's a few days we have to separate your trash. So the main trash is combustible things that can you can set on fire,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is like not food wrappers, but like food like stuff like leftovers and the vegetables and stuff, all the
Like
food stuff.
organic stuff.
Yeah, organic stuff, I guess. And then there's plastics that you can separate. So like food wrappings or like wrappings for packages,
Yeah.
you can go there. And then you, other than that, there's cans. You separate the cans too, like the aluminum cans,
Mm-hmm.
and you just separate for glass too. That's another pile, and then to separate it from plastic bottles. So plastic bottles doesn't go in the plastic bin for wrappers. It goes in its own thing. And what you have to do for all those like food drinks, you have to clean it yourself. So if for example, if you buy a Coke, right, there's
Mm-hmm.
still some Coke left on the bottom, you have to wash it out with the sink and then clean it up, and then you have to take the wrapper, right? Because the wrapper part of the bottle is plastic, so you put that in a plastic bottle cup, and then you take the bottle cap off because the bottle cap's made from a different
No way. Oh
material than
God.
the bottle itself. So you throw away the bottle somewhere, and then the cap itself is plastic, so you have to dispose of it somewhere else, and it's absolutely insane, and I can't do it. I gave up multiple times, but then my landlord found out, and then he's like, "David,
That's
you gotta
funny.
separate your trash," and I hated it.
How are utilities over there? Is it like water, gas, and electricity?
Mm-hmm. Same as everywhere else in the
What
world,
I
pretty
mean,
much.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just making sure because I know Japan drives on the other side of the street, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The water flows up instead of down here.
I'm just making sure that I don't know because I just
It's yeah, it's pretty affordable, I think, in
mm-hmm.
Japan. My electricity bill never went above like $50 a month,
did
even with AC on.
did you
So
watch TV over there, or did you just keep it like watch? I know in America most things are now streamed, but I know Japan has like very strict TV schedules. Did you stick to like your American style of streaming stuff, or did you watch stuff on their TV network?
there's this national broadcasting that's
Mm-hmm.
free for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So there's a few channels that everybody watches. So it's not that much. It's like 10, 20 channels
Yeah.
that are free if you don't have cable, because there's cable in Japan too that you can buy. And those are the majority ones, are like news or like talk show host, like a game show kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny because it's actually not free. People say it's free, but the government actually goes knocking door to door every year
The
to
fun.
ask you for a fee. The
Interesting.
thing is, they don't know if you use the
Mm-hmm.
network or if you even have like a TV or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So they just go around asking, "Hey, I think you should make a donation to the government because you watch TV or whatever." And somebody came to my door once and asked me, and then I just like played the foreigner card. I was like, "Huh? Huh?" I talked to English. What TV? I don't understand. What? The guy was like, "Oh, no worries," in like perfect English. And I started freaking out. I was like, "Wait,
That's
this guy
funny.
knows English." And I was like, I just said I don't have a TV, and then he left. So kind of thing.
What about transportation? How did you get around? It was like besides from public transportation, I'm also curious to know what kind of cars do people drive over there.
Mm.
Is it like what we see in America as
What
well?
was it? The Toyotas and the Honda models that you see in from Japan, right? That
Mm-hmm.
that are imported to America aren't the cars you see in Japan. Unfortunately, so no one. I there are like Civics and stuff, but I think a lot of people, oh not Civics, sedans, but a lot of people drive these really boxy cars. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah. That's what I've seen those
what
a
they
lot.
like.
That's what I'm asking because I've never seen those in
Yeah,
America.
those are mini cars that are super fuel efficient because Japan has especially in the big cities, there's a lot of stoplights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So those cars automatically stop the engine when you stop. So
Mm.
it saves gas. It's super efficient. And they don't go that fast, but you don't really need to go that fast unless you're traveling somewhere. Usually if you travel somewhere a long distance by car, you people Japanese people usually rent a car, like a big like van or something.
Interesting.
Don't really do that much traveling. But I don't know. I personally own a car, so I don't know about the details for that. But that's what I've seen more commonly what people drive in Japan. As for public transportation, I usually took the train, subway. The train and subway system in Japan is so good. That like I don't understand. Like you can get anywhere in Tokyo with just a train or subway, and it's like $2. It's so good. It's unbelievable,
Mm-hmm.
and it cuts down on traffic. You don't have to deal with traffic or anything, and it's more like environmentally friendly because everybody's using the same train. It's I don't know. It's one of the favorite things about Japan is the train.
Okay, random question. Are, are movie theaters in Japan the same as America?
I think nowadays it's more similar. I think
Okay.
last time I went to AMC for Demon Slayer, yeah, you can reserve online
Mm-hmm.
for seating, and I think Japan they always had reserved seating. So it's just I guess it's a similar experience. But the thing is, I went to watch Marvel's Endgame,
Mm-hmm.
Infinity War and stuff, right? You know how people a lot of times people scream or laugh at the funny parts and
Yeah.
the dramatic parts, so like when Spider-Man comes in on the screen for the first time,
Yeah.
everybody goes woo and stuff. In Japan, everybody's it's dead silent. You can hear crickets in the room. It's just Spider-Man lands. Everybody's
I would hate that, dude, because
just
I feel like my stomach decides to growl when things are too quiet, and I would just feel so. I mean, at least the movie's playing, I guess. Okay, that's interesting.
It's true, but yeah, you don't hear anybody. It's just they want to be polite and don't not ruin it for everybody, so everybody just stays quiet. Kind of thing.
What about movie snacks? Are people eating popcorn, or is no one even eating because they want to be quiet?
Yeah, a lot of people buy popcorn actually
Okay.
in movie theaters. I see a bunch. I personally buy popcorn every time I went in Japan because it's so good. Okay, they have popcorn, but it's not popcorn. It's like kettle corn,
Mm-hmm.
kind of.
What's the go-to drink in Japan? Because I feel like in America it's like soda is pretty popular, but like what about
Uh-huh.
Japan? Are people drinking soda?
Japan is definitely if you're an adult. By adult, I don't know what age, but most adults drink coffee.
Oh,
Coffee is huge in Japan. It's just everybody drinks coffee. I don't know why people like it, but everyone drinks coffee. And the people who don't drink coffee, there's also tea. Tea is also really big uh, amongst like the college and adult demographic. For kids, I have no clue. I don't know. I never asked the kid, hey, what do you like to drink? Melon soda. You like
mm.
this? Here you go.
Okay. And this is kind of not related, but what is gaming culture like in Japan? Because I mean, we're both kind of gamers, so I'm just curious to hear. Does it get clumped in with the like the weeb culture
Mhm.
or okay?
I, no, I think more people. I'm not Japanese, so I can't say this for myself, but
Yeah.
it's my assumption. I think more people are more open to gaming culture than anime culture. It's different. It's separated in
Mm.
Japan, because everybody loves. There's a huge like thing for Dragon Quest in Japan, for
Mm-hmm.
example. That's a really popular game in Japan. A lot of companies even take days off for when Dragon Quest games release, because they know a lot of people would take the day off if they don't do that. So, and then now there's actually so many people took the day off right on Dragon Quest release date. The government made it a law for the future Dragon Quest games to come out in on Saturdays
Are you
or
serious?
Sundays. Yeah, for so people don't take the day off. It's actual law for Dragon Quest. It's crazy. So as for PC, it's really hard. A lot of Japanese households, they're really small, right? So they do
Mm.
console gaming, PS4, PS5, or Switch.
Yeah.
Actually, it's super popular in Japan, especially handheld because you don't need a TV for that. A lot
Yeah.
of houses don't have really big TVs, and even if they have one TV, it's usually for news or something for the family, and you don't really have a personal TV. Same with monitors; they take up a lot of space. So there's not a lot of gamers in Japan,
I
but
see.
it's starting to grow big. Gaming culture is starting to get really big in Japan, but for now, I don't see that many people for PC at least.
What's one thing you wish like you could take from America? I mean, from Japan and bring it to America.
I want to take the I don't know how to say it, bathroom etiquette
Oh,
from,
oh my dude! Don't
from
get me
Japan.
started. Actually, okay, I'm about to go off. So I don't know where this is going. I have no idea where this is going. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you something that just makes me upset. Okay, like there's very few things that make me upset, but there's one thing that makes me irrationally upset. So I go to the bathroom and I go to the
Uh-huh.
urinal and I'm peeing. And if I look down and I see a piece of gum in the urinal, I just fucking lose it, dude. Like I don't think you know this about me, but if I see a piece of gum in I get so fucking angry because I'm just like it almost ruins my day because I'm just like, okay, like this fucking, I'm so sorry for my language, but this degenerate like goes to the bathroom, is peeing, his things hanging out. There's no pee coming out. Does he just like open his mouth and let the gum come out? Like you're in the fucking. I'm so sorry for my language, but you're in the bathroom. Like just there's a trash can. There's a toilet. You could even if you're in the toilet, at least you'll flush, right?
Mm.
So that's one thing. The other thing is like when people just let like people go in the toilet and they just don't flush their pee, and you can tell that multiple people have gone without flushing. And I'm so sorry for like people that don't go in men's bathrooms and then they don't know this is how it is. But at least for me, I don't even know where your thing is going. Okay, so I'm kind of like hijacking it for a second. But those
Okay.
two things just irrationally upset me. The gum thing, proportionally more.
Uh-huh.
But I just, dude, I just get because the thing is like someone has to clean that, right? And like
Take it out.
it's already bad as it is, and you fucking
Mm.
putting gum in there, right? Like that's just it's so uh, irresponsible. It's so it just upsets me. I don't know why. Like it ruins my day if I see it. Honestly, like I just hate it. Like if I ever see
I
someone
see.
do that, I'm gonna grab the gum and just put it back in their mouth. Like I don't care. Like
All right.
it just triggers me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for
You,
hijacking. Anyways, you can talk
no
about
worries.
bathroom etiquette.
Yeah. You hear that, viewers? If you spit gum in the urinal, and we're both gum free. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I think in America, bathrooms are filthy. It's absolutely disgusting. Like I don't okay, I'm not triggered as much as the gum thing. I actually never actually particularly minded. I didn't really care, but I was like, oh look, there's gum there, whatever. But I guess it triggers for you. But a lot of people like miss in America, like for men's, I don't know about the girls, but for men's, they like I don't know how you miss a urinal, it's like the size of your length of your body, but you see some like piss on the floor, and then your shoes you have to step on it, and then for restrooms too, yes, there's some unflushed. There's like people missing the toilet for some reason with your poop. I don't know. It's just very filthy. And then there's toilet paper everywhere. There's paper towels everywhere. But in Japan, everything's super clean. Not only is it super clean, all the toilets have like electronic heaters, so it heats up your toilet seat. It cleans up your butt by shooting water. It has a bidet, and
Wait,
it's just
public restrooms
overall
every day?
yes.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, in Japan. There's also a feature where you can put make it so that it makes music so people can hear you farting. It's
That's
actually
so
insane.
considerate, dude. I love
Yeah,
it.
there's
'Cause
a sound button and you just press it.
I know for me, whenever I do get out my own house, whenever that is, I want my bathroom to have like the loudest extractor possible, just so I can poop as comfortably as possible. Because not only is it taking the the smell out, but it's also loud enough where I don't feel uncomfortable if
Uh-huh.
people can hear me, making
Yeah,
unpleasant
exactly.
sounds. But the music
I
thing,
agree.
that's actually pretty cash money, dude.
Yeah, there's this music. When I first played, I was like, what is this? Why
What
am
kind,
I listening to music?
what kind of
So
music is it? Is it like
it's
elevator
like
music?
it's like yeah, some of them are elevator music, some of them are like ringing noises, and then some of them. I think there was one at my university actually that I had. It's like peaceful, like rain music or like birds chirping kind of thing. It's actually pretty peaceful, really nice. Yeah, and it's just I can't go to public toilet here after Japan, you know.
Yeah,
So
I think I have one final question, unless I can think of another one. But what would you say is the biggest misconception about like living in Japan?
I would say from a tourist perspective, I guess, because working, I think working in Japan, everything was what I imagined
Yeah,
pretty much. I knew what I was going into, but as a tourist, there's a lot of things that like blew my mind away, right?
like
And
like
I don't
what?
know what the biggest one was. A lot of people in that are in Japan expect Japan to be this pop culture center thing. Like everybody knows how to play games, everybody watches anime, everybody does all these things that Japan's known for. Like everybody eats sushi, everybody eats
Mm-hmm.
ramen. That now not everybody eats sushi, not everybody eats ramen. I
Mm-hmm.
was really surprised. Like you don't eat ramen or sushi? You're Japanese
Interesting.
though. I was like, I know, but it's just it's food. I just don't like it, kind of thing. And then also nobody, like I would say nine times out of 10, if you talk to the Japanese local about an anime or a game, they won't know what it is because they don't do it. It's a very niche area in Japan. And when I was a tourist, I thought everybody was into anime. Everybody, because it's just so Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of Japan, it's anime. When you think of Japan, it's video games.
Interesting.
But it's not the majority.
I'm pretty excited to go one day. Hopefully, once COVID's like fully eradicated, I can go visit.
What do you want to go the best, the most?
I think for me, I would like to see some of the like the nature stuff. I mean, I'm probably romanticizing it a bit, but I think my idea of Japan is that it's pretty clean, and I would feel like there's some really beautiful, just like scenery that I would like to see. I mean, the city sounds nice. I mean, just grabbing like a drink and food with friends sounds fun. But I don't really think of anything, other than like nature and scenery that I would like to see. Um, for me, I guess it'd be cool to shop around. Some of the fashion stuff looks really cool, but I do know that Japanese sizes run a lot smaller than American sizes. So I'm gonna need to figure the conversion rate. I mean, like I said, I've been dabbling with anime a little, and I'm just trying, a little. So I might buy some more like stuff. Um,
Get the biggest figurine for you. One there was this one like life scale model of a figurine that I saw in Akibara.
yeah.
It was like $30,000.
Holy shit. That's
Anyway,
uh, what else? Just food. Just much of like the good food. Like try some ramen, some sushi, like all the stereotypical stuff. Like I'm gonna be like the most vanilla tourist ever, dude. Oh wait, last question. Did you do any nightlife like clubbing, bars, concerts?
not really. Well, I guess when I was in college, I did a lot of. Well, I guess in work too, you're kind of forced to go to like izakayas, which is
Mm-hmm.
like a Japanese pub
Yeah.
style restaurant. So they sell you alcohol and food. So I would do that late into the night and with friends too. So the culture in Japan is when you go out for the night, you don't go to just one restaurant, okay? You go to multiple. So after the first session, you might go eat lunch there, right? From like 7 to 8, 7 to 9. Then
Uh,
afterwards, you go to another restaurant for 9 to 10, and then you go to another one, and then it can keep going on until someone says, "Okay, let's stop," and then they go ramen. It's just traditional. So after you go out on a day, you end with ramen for some reason.
Wait, that sounds lit.
So it's 3 a.m. and you're eating ramen at this 24-hour ramen place, and then you go home and you knock out kind of thing. So I did that before once. We didn't stay up to 3 a.m., but it was like 2 a.m. and we ate ramen last, and it's pretty nice to go with friends. Yeah, it's really safe in Japan at night. So
Mm.
yeah, nightlife in Japan is great. I think there's a lot of other things you can do in nightlife if you know what I'm saying.
I don't know where this is going. Um, oh, I know you're saying last question, but I know another kind of stereotype is like the whole tipping thing. You know, like in Japan they don't take tips.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel like, or what is it like?
I don't know. I think tipping culture in America is stupid. I think is there any other country that tips besides America?
I'm from Mexico, but I live at the border, and there's like spheres of influence, as you know. So whatever America does, like at least the border, Mexico will copy. So then, I can't really speak for other countries too. I'm okay with tipping because I know some people. I know there's laws where like some
Mm.
people don't make minimum wage, and they have to make it up with tips.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I do think it's dumb. I think people. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I don't want to get too political, but
Yeah. See, I think it's just America being
America, Ca-
America. Yeah.
capitalism.
In Japan, there's nothing like that. I think they're really nice about it. I think the no tipping. Everybody gets nice wages. All the waiters get nice wages. It's super nice, and I think from what I learned, I think it like tipping them is actually insulting them because it's
Mhm.
like, hey, you worked hard. Here, let me give you extra cash. When instead you should be thanking them for working their 100% without like giving them extra tip kind of thing.
Mhm.
And there was this incident in Japan where my friend was at a post office, right? And she bought a stamp or whatever. I don't know what she bought, but she had she got change for 2 yen, and then she left the store without taking it. And then the worker there grabbed the 2 yen and it went outside and started yelling at her, saying, "Hey, you forgot your change." And it was just 2 yen. 2 yen is like less than 2 pennies, by the way. So it's and then they gave it back to her. It's like, wow, thank you. So people are really nice in Japan about money, and especially if you like forget something or if you don't get the right change, they'll give it back to you.
Take a yen, leave a yen. Am I right? Get it like
Wait, what is?
take a penny, leave a penny.
Oh,
That's not funny. Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay. I think
But
we
bro, you're
should.
so funny.
No, I'm not. Is there anything else you want to add about your experience? I know we're kind of going to be wrapping it up soon.
Uh, I don't know. For people who want to work in Japan, I suggest don't. For people who people who want to go to Japan to sightsee, to do all that stuff Roberto mentioned earlier, then I say go for it. I think a week stay is really nice. 2 weeks is even better, and just enjoy the culture. Enjoy what Japan has to offer. It's really nice. People are super nice there. Talk to any local, any Japanese person can help you out. It's just a really great place to stay for a few weeks.
Okay. Well, thank you for all your insight. I've been wanting to like. I mean, I've known a good amount of this stuff because I've talked to you through the years, but I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to like get more insight into it. And I want to thank whoever was able to manage to make it to the end of this podcast.
Yes, thank you.
We have a lot more ideas coming up, and we're still trying to figure out how to incorporate our name into the show. But for now, the name
We like
stays.
chips.
We like chips.
We do like chips.
We do like chips a lot.
What? Leave your favorite chip in the comments,
Yeah, leave
okay?
your favorite- Maybe we'll try it. Oh, we should talk about Japanese chips.
Oh yeah. Japanese chips suck.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Oh
okay.
no offense to any Japanese people. Japanese chips aren't as flavorful as American chips, but they're healthier.
That's
Yeah.
crazy
But
because
anyway,
like I think American chips are unflavorful compared to Mexican chips. So
oh, I guess Mexican chips are superior then.
yeah, I think so too. Um.
Gotta try some.
Anyways, close us out, David.
Make sure to click that notification, that bell icon. Remember to subscribe, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Yeah, right. How to do, Roberto?
And we still figure out where we're gonna put this, right? YouTube for sure, but Spotify and
Oh yes, Spotify. What do people do in Spotify to like it?
follow the podcast. Okay, and make sure you give us feedback. We want to get better. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next episode.
Bye bye.
Okay, we like chips on three. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
We like
We like
chips.
shit.
Okay, send it.